Hi, my name is Alex Hopper, and the business I created this year in Innovative Entrepreneurs is Math Mentor. So I wanted to start off with a bit about me. What are my likes? What are my passions? Well, I'll have to let you know when I find out, actually. I'm joking, of course. One of the things that I've really gotten into recently over the past year or two is entrepreneurship, and I kind of engaged in my own previous to this class, and it was a tutoring endeavor. And in that tutoring endeavor, I started getting a lot of requests for elementary students who needed tutoring help. And that kind of threw me off, because I wasn't sure quite why a bunch of elementary students would need help in math. I mean, isn't it elementary math? Why can't their parents just help them? So, one of the things I realized is that there was a disconnect when Common Core entered the classroom. Teachers were given training sessions over a week before the school year started, but it wasn't the same as 20 years of doing it in the classroom. And the same thing happened to parents. The way they learn is almost the exact opposite, quite frankly, of what their students are learning. So they aren't able to help their students either. And it isn't a small problem by any means. The Common Core state standards are in 42 states and affecting over 75% of students nationwide. These are just some examples of the new math, as some people would like to call it. The first is a matrix model, which is a new way of doing multi-digit multiplication. And the second is the decomposition of fractions, which kind of took the place of simplifying. So the solution I came up with this problem was a web-based platform that expands outside of the classroom as well as being a classroom resource. It uses the BART test initially to assess what learning style is best for each student, whether it be auditory, visual, and then it'll have tutorials and activities for them. It'll be a highly responsive program, and what that means is if they miss one question early on, it'll appear 6 or 7 questions later to try and drive that point home. And the teacher would also have the ability to customize activities, and from there it would generate a report for them to see what their students are performing in. So the financials, currently I have $200 of my own startup cost in it. This covers domain hosting, some of the materials I've used here at the showcase. I'm learning all the code myself. It's been a heck of a process. So I'm looking for another $300 to take some simple courses to learn the rest of the code, some of the more advanced skills that I can pick up through free ones. As far as my pricing goes, I want to use a dynamic pricing for the classrooms. So that means that depending on whether it's a whole school that's subscribing or an individual teacher, the pricing would differ. And for an individual use, it would be $4 a month. I really want to make it a low-cost service that's available to anyone and everyone. I just want to help out with the math. And another thing I look to be on the cutting edge of is the cryptocurrencies, as they allow for microtransactions in the future, such as Bitcoin. Similar cryptocurrencies are becoming more and more of a thing. And what that microtransaction would allow me to do is, say you don't want to subscribe, but you're willing to pay 10 cents to do this activity on the site. So it allows for more unique individual use. And with a break-even point within the first 6 months is my projection, with a modest amount of 20 individual subscriptions. Right now, like I said, I'm finishing up building the tutorials, and I'm also finishing learning the coding required, and I want to have a beta test site ready by the fall to test in some schools here locally, and then potentially by even the second semester of this upcoming school year be ready to launch at full scale. And if you're interested or have any questions, you can catch me back at my booth. My website is mathmentor.net, or my email is u5iealexh@gmail.com.